Brought to you in part by Susan Shoup at Exclusive Realtors, servicing South Chicagoland, Northwest Suburbs, Kankakee, and Will County. Welcome back to the shop. We got the Tesla here. We're going to do the screen today. So on the 21 Plaids, the screen does not swivel side to side. It is capable though. So I found out that the insides, they still use the same parts, but they must not have had the motor set up ready for the 21s, and they just didn't install them. So it's mounted flush to the dash. So you can go in there and manually crank these out so that you can aim the screen towards the driver. So that's what we're going to do today. So the first thing you got to do is pull this out, and it just pops up. You just gotta pull on it, and you can push this off to the side. You don't really need to unplug it. And then there is another panel under here that pops out. Just comes down like that. And then underneath here, I will show you in a second, there's two 10mm screws. So underneath, there's a screw on each side. There's the driver's side. In the passenger, you can't kind of see here, but that's where it's at. Those two screws out, this whole thing is loose and will just slide right out. And now I'm going to put something here to lay this screen down on so that I can get behind it. I literally just slid the whole screen out and just laid it down on this shirt here, and now this is all accessible right here. So this just pops out of place, this little cover here, and then you can just unplug it with the plug right here. And now I should just be able to pull this off, and then the whole thing is free. So I kind of took a pencil, and I have some scribe marks here and here, so I know where it started from. And then in case I ever want to put it back or whatever, I can just easily get back to the same spot. So to adjust these, I'm taking the lids off here and rotating this out. And then you basically, this is going to come up like that. So that's how you get your movement. This side has to come out a little bit in order to be clear of the dash. Because of the other side kicking out, you got to bring them both sides out. You got to bring this side out a little bit. And then it's going to move like that. But once you tighten this up, it's going to hold it in place where you need it, or where you're setting it. It's a little bit of trial and error to see where you want it, and once you get it, you can lock it in. And then you know, when you put it in, you just have to make sure that it's clearing here before you tighten it down and try to jam it in all the way. Okay, so my final adjustments where this fits and this clears the dash. This was moved 3/4 of an inch from original, and this side is 2 inches. And all that's left is put this little, we'll plug this in, put the little cover back on, and push it back in and bolt it up. So there it is, tilted towards the driver. You can see behind it. I have to get on the other side, but it's quite a bit closer. I can move the seat up. I can easily reach this side of the screen without, you know, leaning forward. This is the passenger side. The trim made it. And I'll get it. So here's the view from the passenger side. So you still can see everything. It's just a, you know, better reach for the driver, which I think matters more than anything else. The rest, this just pops up in there, and the charging cover. Literally a minute later, it's all popped in. So everything is all back. It's a little tedious to get it adjusted exactly where you want it, but if you do the measurements I said, you'll probably be close. One other thing I had to do was when I replugged this screen back in, it was black. I mean, you could see that it lit up, but it didn't do anything on the screen. So I had to press and hold these two buttons down at the same time to reset everything, and then it all came back. So just for your information. So like I said, that's just a little bit tedious with the adjusting behind there, but if you use those measurements, you'll be more than likely you'll just be fine right out of the gate. But you can't beat free, and like to convert this over to the electric motor thing, I think you can get the parts. I was kind of looking around and couldn't find them, and I know you can mechanically, not mechanically, but you can wire the motors up individual without using the computer, but you gotta make sure you kick it out on one side first before you push it out on the other, because you could crack the screen or something like that. So the wiring and everything is there in the dash, but you'll need like a different module in the up front in this kick panel, and then you need the motor set up. And then by then, I don't know how much that's going to be, but then you got to find a Tesla dealer that will turn it on for you. So if you just want it to point at you and you want it to be free, this is the way to do it. So please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on that next one.